Hi guys, just a quick update on how we're making out in the boiler room. We've been doing a couple other things here and there, but we got on it today and yesterday. We had a couple days we had worked on it. So anyway, since the last video, it was cleaning things up in the painting part, but now we started to get into the plumbing, and we still have this other boiler to work on, but right now we're trying to get the one that's for the house upstairs, because we're basically working off a pellet stove for the heat. And lucky we have that, because been some cold days out here. But anyways, how this one's going, we have 5 zones, and we have a primary superstorer, so we got 6 total. So basically, we didn't have too much room to get the zones all in here, so we had to work off this side for this boiler, and then now this space is allotted for this one. So there's only 4 zones here, and 5 there. So basically, we wanted to come off that wall as close as we could. We put some primary drains in case, this is a in the beach area. Maybe someday somebody may want to winterize this thing if they have another home, something down Florida. You can drain the system out at the primary. So we had put these and color coded them. So that's the return. There's the supply. We put bleeders up here, 3-way valve bleeders, in case they want to bleed out the supply side. This is the supply side, because the water runs, the pump draws the water this way, and the primary goes through here to feed the boiler. And then when the zones call for the hot water from the primary, it comes down here. It's gonna tail back, and then that's where we're gonna put our air scoop and expansion and fill valve. And then what we're gonna do is just tie in right. You can see the supply side on the primary right there. We'll just tie it in there. So basically, we're not trying to use a lot of fittings when we're piping in for our primary, just to take away from the head on the loop. But anyways, there's a couple things we had to follow when we were doing this, and this is set up from Navien themselves, that manifold. And that space was important for them between the 2 T's. But our spacing from here, before we can put a fitting, is 8. On the supply side, it's 8 times the pipe diameter. So we got to come out here. We got to be at least a foot away from on center, the T, to our first fitting. And then on the return side, it's 4 times the pipe diameter. So from here to there, before we could put our first fitting, see, we had to extend it out, then we could make a fitting. Those were important for us. But anyways, that's how it is so far. We're almost there. We just got to tie in the supply side. And then we got to tie in, this is where we tie in for the superstorer. You just cut these tails, and then you can pipe right in the supply and return. And we're going to put a couple of gauges in here. These are just 3/4 sweat gauges that we can keep an eye on the return water temp. And then this is where the pressure relief valve goes for the boiler, but we'll tee in and put another gauge on this side. Keep an eye on the supply side, return side. Even though the boiler does that, it's nice to have a visual if you want to keep an eye on the delta T coming through the system. And then there's our dirt mag, and that's on the return side. So if there's any sediment coming through the zone, like we have rental baseboard heats, they're made out of steel, and there's nothing inside of them. They're powder coated on the outside, but the inside is just straight steel. So over the course of time, the sediment of the steel or even any other impurities that try to come through are going to get caught by this. And this is just a magnet that grabs that. And there's filtration in there that catches any impurities before it comes back and goes up into the boiler heat exchange plates. But anyways, that's where we drain the purge the zones right here. These are our purging ports for each zone. And that's pretty much it. We use the unistrut with the clip brackets. I think these are caddy hangers, and they have the rubber that holds it pretty nice, tight. We're going to put some more over here to hold up the expansion tank because there'll be a little bit of weight there. Maybe we'll orientate those vertically so we can adjust, and then we'll 3/8 threaded rod out. And then these other ones just clamp right down to the unistrut, but they're isolated with the hard plastic. Anyways, there's the circulators, and then we had to pitch them that way. We can still get in here and see what's going on, but we had to pitch them that way to get our 5-inch space on center, because to get the 5 inches between the supply piping, the return we could have did whatever we wanted, but the supplies we had to deal with the motors, and the motors, the best tightest possible configuration is when you tip these at a degree, because you got to be able to get in here and wire them from these spots. But they have a little LED display to tell you what the pump's doing, and we got one more to put right here. So, and then it just these clamps are loose right now. This one, these are all tightened down, and then we had. That's how we had came up through the ceiling like that. We were talking about why we made that slight return, is so we didn't have to deal with trying to compound the corner and tape it between the corners, all painted and done. All we got to do now is put this layer of drywall on after all our plumbing's done up there, because we made our TLN sneak out up there so we can make our connections with our PEX tubing up there. And then we'll strap 2x4s across these rafters, and then we'll come with one layer of 5/8, and then we'll come and just butt that one, and then we're clean. Same with this, and these are going to all punch through too. But that's the look. So anyways, guys, that's where we're at. So anyone's following along. Glass is in, and we're probably going to set that glass after this boiler's firing. And so we have hot water for the shower, the tub, and we have finally heat for the home, the radiant zone, and the fin tube baseboard heat, and the rental in the bathroom. We never had that, so it's been quite a while working off with the pellet stove. But anyways, that's it for now, guys. Just showing how we're making out, and as we make a little bit more progress on what we do, we'll share more. But for now, that's where we're at. All right, guys, take it easy. Till the next one.